Linux containers are another way of running whatever you want to run in an isolated manner. We already have Docker installed, so you might be wondering what's the difference? Why do we need LXC? There's a lot of differences, but the main one is that with Docker, you are running an image which is configured in such a way to run a particular application. While with LXC, you are getting a whole Linux file system and you can do anything you want with it. You should never go into a Docker container and tweak it while it's running. You always want to edit an image by editing the Docker file. While with LXC, you must go inside. We'll basically SSH into the Linux container and tweak it from the ground up. As for why would you want LXC over Docker, it really depends. For example, we'll run mail server iReadMail inside LXC because at the moment I'm recording this, their Docker deployment isn't production ready. Same thing with Zulip. They have an experimental Docker image, but their installer, which is battle tested, expects a clean operating system. Both Mail Server and Zulip consist of multiple applications. Mail Server has Postfix, Dovecot, Web Server, Virus Scanner, etc. And Zulip has its Python application, Web Server, Postgres, and so on. While technically you could run each of those in Docker, with Docker Compose to orchestrate all those pieces, you should always go with the best solution for the job. And at this point in time, that's LXC. Plus, knowing all the options is always a good thing. Let's create the necessary directories for this role. So LXC with subdirectories tasks and files, and open main.yml inside tasks subdirectory. Using the pacman module, I'll first install LXC and Arch install scripts packages, and you guessed it, I know this by reading the Arch wiki. Then I'll copy the custom default.conf from files subdirectory over to the etc LXC directory on the VPS. And using the file module, I'll create a directory storage backups LXC to store all our LXC related backups. Save this file and open default.conf in files subdirectory. This default.conf is a configuration file every Linux container we spin up will read and use. Then, in a separate file for that particular container, we'll add specific things. I want all containers to use the virtual interface BR0 we created earlier. This flags up means that I want to activate that interface. I'm setting the default gateway and I'm matching the host's interface name. Save the file, open setup.yml, add another role named LXC, comment out all previous roles, save the file, and in virtual environment, run Ansible playbook. Ansible has finished, and you might have noticed that I haven't started or enabled any systemd service. That's because each individual Linux container will have its own service. Before we create our first container though, let's do another recap.